Hey there, Scorpio. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is a intuitive reading for you. I fell behind on them, and it's people wanted to actually connect in a without cards way. So this is what's going on, and your messages that have been coming in and out for a couple of days actually. So what I want to do is just give you the beats, and this is what I feel that is going on. The energy's coming through for Scorpio, and this is for the rest of June 2024 and onward, you know, wherever. If it resonates, then it resonates. If not, then don't worry about it. Scorpio, it feels like what I kept hearing was it's basically like straight no shooter is kind of the energy that I want to get across here. I'm getting something across. That's the energy that's coming through here, and it's uncomfortable. It's to communicate something that is for the benefit of the one that is listening, but also in a very blunt way that is you're kind of like detached from your feelings, your energy, or maybe this is just a way to actually communicate this where it's like ripping off the bandage, and it's uncomfortable, but it has to be done. That's the energy that's coming across Scorpio, and the person that is the recipient of this is going to be very they're grateful for it because it shows them how to move through a hurdle, how to get past something in their life right now that has been an obstacle for them, either on and off throughout their life, or this is something where this has been a massive obstacle and you're just like, let's just rip this bandage off and you can now see the sunlight. And it's like, you know, this is very uncomfortable, but it was so necessary. I feel like you guys are going to be getting things, you're going to start growing things in, it's almost like intangible ways, like things that were, this is a weird message because it's almost like, the way that I'm seeing it, they're showing me what I did. And this was like last year, I was at Trader Joe's, and, you know how they have plants outside, and so they had all these plants outside and they had all this like detritus, all these broken pieces of these plants, and I was like, I can do something with that. And that's kind of how it's coming across. It's like seeing something that everybody passes up all the time. It's not something that like people think about or consider or whatever, and like you're like, nah, I'm gonna make that work. I'm gonna do this thing where it's like I'm gonna put some time and effort into this little shrublet, and I'm going to make this work. And then you end up with like a massive plant. It's taking intention to things that are not really like considered growable, workable, and like making it grow, making it happen. And I think that that's something that is going to be beneficial for you, just because it's like, well, now I know I can do that. Now I know, like, you know, it's almost as if it gives you some freedom to continue moving on in that direction. Sorry, it's like 1,000,000,000 degrees right now, so bear with me. What else? Yeah, the way that this is coming through here too, it's I keep hearing the gray mask, but what it really is reminding me of is gray rock, you know, or going gray rock on somebody, where this is like removing your energy from a situation, not communicating with somebody intentionally. It's like, I don't like the way that our connection goes when we do this. Or maybe maybe you're dealing with somebody who has a history of being problematic, being narcissistic, being whatever. This is usually an effort that is employed with like narcissistic people, where it's like you have to deal with them, but you don't want to deal with them. So it's like you give them the most bare minimum of information. You're like a rock. You're not exciting. You're not, you know, when they try to like get your goat or like try to, you know, get under your skin, you're unfazed, you don't care, and like you're deadpan the whole time, deadpan. And so that's the energy that's coming through here for some of you. And this could either be family members, this could be an ex, this could be whomever in your life, but it feels here, Scorpio, that it's like, I don't have the energy to give to this person, and I know if I give a little bit, they're gonna just like suck everything out of me. And that is where you're just like, nah, here's the line here. And so you're going to make yourself basically as boring as possible so they just leave you alone, because it's the feeding of it that they're very used to, or that they're very interested in. It's like once they have you hooked in, then they can take from you. I got this like when I first started this connection here, Scorpio, I keep getting like the front of a car wheel or something like that, and I'm not really sure what that is about. It's like a sports car. It's not high up off the ground, but it's like the front wheel, and it feels like it's on the, I don't know. It's the front wheel, left side. And it's like you might want to check into that, or like there's something rubbing against it, or there's something where it's like, I don't know what this is, but I'm not gonna, it doesn't feel like it's cataclysmic. It doesn't feel like some sort of like big, you're in danger or anything like that. It just feels like there's something that you have to look into, like with this particular side, is the connection in the car, like with the, what are they called? With the electric connections, where it's like, does it blink properly when you press the little blinky thingy on? Is there something poking into it when you make a turn? Like there's something here where it's like it just needs to get checked out. So some of you will not have any issue with that, but this has been the third time that's like coming through right now. So I'm just going to let that be. I'm hearing that there's a line in the film Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. It was like from 1988, but she says something like, I'm like fake fruit. I don't bruise easy. And I think that that's kind of like going to be either a mantra for you, Scorpio, or it's going to be a message here for you where it's like you adhere to that, because what you're going to be hearing, it's kind of going to hurt your feelings, or it's going to kind of like cause an issue for you. This could be with an intimate partner. This could be somebody that's close to you. It doesn't have to be physically sexual. It's just somebody that's in your experience on a regular basis. But there's something here that's said where it's like a low blow, or like either like they intend to like be like cutting and you're just like unfazed. You're phased, but you're unfazed. You've got a poker face going on is what it feels like, Scorpio, which is cool. I appreciate that. I keep hearing like you're going to be like a reservoir. You're going to be like a reservoir. So let's think about a reservoir. A reservoir is I guess a building, or like it's a collection of water, right? And your water sign. But you're going to be like a reservoir. You're going to be like a reservoir. What is this talking about? Because the way I'm seeing it, Scorpio, is like twofold. Like this can be how you, it feels like how your reserve of emotion for other people, or like your emotional bandwidth is very, very considerable versus other people. This is kind of reminding me like where everybody will tell Scorpio everything because Scorpio can handle it. Scorpio can handle like the really dark parts of this physical experience, the world experience. Scorpio can handle the secrets, and they can keep the secrets. And it's like you're gonna be like a reservoir or reserve. A reservoir is like, I'm like reservoir, reserve. But it's of emotion, so it's like you can handle it, you can take it on, you can be like a sounding board for somebody here, and you have just as much like emotional bandwidth to accommodate this person for what they're dealing with, and your experiences in your life are perfect for this combination situation, because it's like you end up, you know what to say. You've been through it. You know what to say for this person in this situation, and it comes very easily to you. And I think that you're the perfect person for this. Yeah, it's like you've gone through it deeply, and so you know like how to ebb and flow with this. Where this person's like, um, some of you, some of you, it's important for you to deal with, like putting your hand up towards like situations that are going to be triggering for you, or addiction, like food, drink, you know, stuff like that. It's kind of like putting a limit on things where it's very easy to get lost in the moment with something. It's very easy to get lost in the fun of the moment, but it's like, no, I think my faculties are much more important to me than actually just kind of like letting it all go, letting it all hang out. I feel like you guys are being a bit more restrictive when it comes to that. I'm not sure if that's because of health situations. I'm not sure if that's because it's a personal control, and maybe you're exercising personal control, avenues of personal control, which I really like. But it feels here, Scorpio, that you're like, I can do that, and I'm going to do that, and I'm not going to stand in my way. You know, I can do that. So there's this element of that, Scorpio, which is actually really nice, but it's like the beginning of something so much more. It's like testing your fortitude, testing your strength, testing how you can stand up to yourself, stand up to your desires, stand up to the base desires. So it's like the devil is like coming through here, the devil card, and there's nothing wrong with that card. It's literally your natural inclination to experience pleasure and certain fun, and that's fine. But sometimes when we like indulge in that, when we overdo it, when we get lost in the energy of like wanting to be sated because we're uncomfortable in ourselves or uncomfortable in different areas of our life, that it's like we're just trying to like numb out, that's where the control takes over. That's where you're controlled. And so here, Scorpio, it's almost as if you're like, no, I know just how much, and I'm going to exercise this, and it's really uncomfortable, but I'm going to exercise it either way, and I'm going to be even keel about it, is kind of the energy that I'm getting from you, Scorpio. It's like a personal test. Leave it to a Scorpio to put themselves through a battery of personal tests. I like that, but like, yeah, it's a good one though. Some of you are packing up to move. I feel like some of you are packing up to move. I'm not really sure. Like, it's time to go. That's what I'm hearing for some of you. It's time to go. It's like the way that I'm being shown this is like cardboard box, like a cardboard box that's it's not folded into a box yet. It's just flat, and I see a sneaker on it, and like you're in the sneaker, and I'm hearing time to go. It just feels like we don't want to lose momentum. We don't want to lose the direction that we're going in, Scorpio. We don't want to lose like the meaning and why we made this choice in the first place. And I feel like and this doesn't have to be like you're physically moving houses. Some of you could be, but this energy is like, we are purging, we are moving, we are letting go, we are moving on from this situation, and it's time to go, you know. And maybe the shoe on top of like the unprepared cardboard is saying, put this together now, let's go, let's get this stuff ready and go. Maybe you've been holding on to a situation a little bit more. Yeah, some of you, this is as simple as like moving house. Some of you, this is like, I need to go. This is not a good situation for me. And I've like wasted enough time here. Put my shoes on and go. It's kind of the energy that I'm getting here, Scorpio. Because it attaches you. It attaches you. Is there anything else for Scorpio? I think a lot of you take a lot of pride in what you do and what you contribute, and I think that it's okay to I think it's okay to take pride in that. It may, some of you, like the way it's coming off is it feels like it's uncomfortable because, like, oh, we don't want to toot our own horn, or we don't want to be seen as boastful, or we don't want to be that person. But here it's almost as if you're like starting to accept the quality that you contribute to certain situations, Scorpio, because you're going to continue to do that. It's just something that you are going to continue to do, and it's going to be it's whomever I'm speaking about is like what you're contributing now is going to either be public or it's going to be viewed by a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to find a lot of benefit from it. And so what that does is them finding benefit from it makes you realize, okay, I do have something here. There's something about what I'm giving or gifting or something where it's like it does help other people, but it helps to boost your own sense of self-acceptance and morale about it too. Yeah, maybe some of you don't like to be seen as the shit, and I think that that is something that you're gonna maybe not to that degree, but like it does feel, Scorpio, that you guys are gonna start being noticed a little bit more, and maybe that's gonna be the uncomfortable part. It's asking for you to be present enough to accept the accolades, accept people's praise, accept how you've also changed them, or like whatever information or whatever situation or product that you're trying to give out there. They've found a considerable amount of benefit. So it's going to be asking you to make room for that and just accept it. You know, we have a tendency sometimes, Scorpio, to be like, oh no, I mean, yeah, I helped, but like, here it's like, okay, thank you for that feedback, because it actually lets me know that I'm on the right path for this, and I'm doing my job. So thank you. I appreciate that. And it's not going to go to your head. It's just going to go to the right place. It's gonna help you trust yourself a little bit more. Is that it? I'm hearing eons and eons and eons, and I'm like, what about eons and eons? The way that I'm seeing this, Scorpio, is like you're getting in a car and like going to a destination, like either a trip or a travel trip or something like that, where it's like there's a destination that you've always wanted to go to. But it's somewhere where it's like it can be anything for anybody, but like it's somewhere where it's like this has taken for years to get me to go here, and I don't know why, but I'm just gonna do this now. I'm gonna prioritize this right now. The way that I'm seeing it is like it's so weird, because the way that I'm seeing it, Scorpio, is a desert, and literally right now where I'm at, I'm on the East Coast. It's like, I don't know, 85, 90 degrees right now. So like the last place I'd want to be is a desert. But that's kind of like the magic of it. It's like, okay, so I'm going to immerse myself in a situation that's going to be uncomfortable for me, but I also have been waiting eons to do this. It's really strange. I don't know. It seems like there's a kind of this month or this time frame, whenever you find this, it feels like you guys are testing yourself, testing your fortitude, testing your resolve, testing like how much you can take, how much you can put upon yourself. It's interesting just because it's like a lot of people would be like, oh, I wouldn't want to do that. But then here it's almost like an exercise in how much you can actually endure. This is a very interesting message, Scorpio. It's how much you can actually endure. And it's asking for you to delve right into it, go head first into this situation. Maybe this is why I'm being told to like check out your tires or something. I don't know if you're driving somewhere, or like make sure that your blinkers is working or are working. There's some element of like, I keep seeing that front tire. I think that that's it. I think that that's it. Yeah. So I'm going to let it go here, Scorpio. I hope that this is helpful. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.